at Houston's. I brought my parents here for their 50th anniversary dinner. Some of you have been asking me how in the world have they been married for 50 years, and especially how in the world have me, my brother, and my other sibling have never even seen them argue ever. So I'm going to get the answers from them tonight. Y'all have questions? I'm getting the answers. All right, everyone, we are here with my parents, and everyone wants to know how they, well, first of all, we're here at Houston's for their 50th anniversary dinner, and everyone wants to know some answers. They have questions, so many of them, and they want to know how you all have been together, have been married for 50 years. Go ahead.
Well, we've been together that long because one of the main reasons is communications. We talk about everything. Whatever is an issue, no matter what that issue is, we talk about it.
So you're saying communication?
Yes.
No matter what it is, whether it's, okay.
Whether it's financial, whether it's more personal, like relationship, whatever, we talk about it.
Okay. And Dad, you asked something. What else? Why y'all been together for 50 years?
Well, she's a sweet lady.
She's a sweet lady. She's a sweet lady.
Sweet lady. And she don't give me no trouble.
She don't give you no what?
No trouble.
No trouble. Oh, so she don't give you no lip back or none of that. Even when you getting on her nerves.
I get on the
Because you get on my nerves. So I know you get on her nerves. So, Mom, what do you do when he gets on your nerves?
Well, over the years, early in the marriage, I used to give him the silent treatment.
The silent treatment.
Yes.
Uh-huh. That was the early years.
That was in the early years. He hated the silent treatment.
Uh-huh.
I wouldn't talk to him. And he'd be in there trying to talk to me, and I'm trying not to laugh because I'm funny. I mean, he's so funny trying to get me to talk to him.
Uh-huh.
But yeah, I tried that, the silent treatment. I've gone on strike before too.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah.
On strike. You heard that, Dad?
I've been on strike before.
So you all have, well, I'm sure y'all have had arguments, but me, Keith, and as far as I know, our other sibling has never heard y'all even argue. So how's that? How do you do that?
Well, like I said, we talk about it. And I guess it's because we both know one person's not always right.
Uh-huh.
So you gotta let the other person have their opinion. He has an opinion about the situation. I have an opinion about it.
Uh-huh.
And just talk about it.
So you try to look at it from each other's shoes.
I'm the positive one.
You're the positive one?
That's the negative one.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Give me an example. Give me an example.
Everything and anything is an example of somebody being positive and negative. That one is gloom and doom about everything. And I'm the one who's trying to say, okay, let's look at it this way.
Okay, so you the half full person and he's the half empty person. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I'm the one.
You what, Dad?
I take whatever she says.
You say, oh, I see. That's how it's been. That's how it's lasted. He said he'll take whatever she said. So that's how it's lasted for 50 years. He got the answer. Whatever she said. Okay? He ain't even debating it. It's whatever she say.
Whatever she said, no.
Okay. Well, I know that because everyone growing up, it was go ask your mother. Go ask your mother. No, I'm asking you.
No, but I'm the one who wants to give everybody a
Chance.
That one, he's down.
Yeah, me and him must be alike. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Like on the way here, we were stopped at a gas station, and I was getting my gas, and I was approached by a lady who asked me to give them some gas.
Uh-huh.
She was foreign, and I thought about it, and I said to myself, okay, God, what should I do about this situation? Should I give them gas?
Mm-hmm.
And I feel that he said yes, it was okay.
All right, y'all, I'm picking this interview up in another spot because the highway was making a lot of noise. But, Mom, you were saying how you all were on the way here. You were giving me an example of negative and positive between you and Dad. Dad, let the people see you. Now, so
I thought about it after I asked God.
Well, no, you got to start the story over.
Okay. We were almost at the end of South Carolina line, and we stopped to gas up. While at the pump, I was approached by a lady who asked me for gas, and I said, "Well, I don't have any. I don't carry money." So she said, "We don't want money. We need gas," because they were at a gas pump. Right? She said they didn't have any money to get the gas. They were there because they were coming to get a job. We were supposed to be getting a job, but the job was already filled by the time they got there.
So they needed gas
So
money
they
to get
needed
back,
gas.
and you decided to give her some gas
Gave
money.
her $15 worth of gas.
And Dad didn't want to do that.
No, he just looked at me like I had lost my mind.
Yeah, me and him probably
He
would be
looked
doing
at
the
me
same
like
thing.
I was crazy.
Yeah, I would really have to hear from God himself. Like, he would have to talk to me and be like, "Yes, Robin, give them," you know what I'm saying?
Well,
And
first I had said I'm gonna give you $10 worth of gas, but once I started pumping it, I just went on up to
you went to 15?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then I was approached inside when I went inside, and the guy said, "Thank you for doing that," because they had asked me, but I don't know if he did it or not. But
Right.
He said, "Thank you for doing it." And my thing was, I'm already blessed.
Okay.
God's already blessed me, so it's okay for me to bless someone else because I'm already blessed.
All
But
right.
this one, no,
See, he's skeptical about everybody like me.
no.
I don't know them people.
He wouldn't have
They could be
gave-
lying.
What the guy know it.
You know what I'm saying?
Government told me not to do it.
He said the government told him not to do.
But you know what?
They-
And another thought was, if they needed it or if they didn't need it, my thing was I going to help them?
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I like helping people. I really do. And what I'm saying is God has to tell me, like, for real, for real.
Like I asked God,
Yeah.
is it okay
I know.
to give them gas?
But back to y'all's relationship. So, 50 years, and I figured it out. Dad says whatever she says. Do you hear that, husband? Whatever she says. And that, I mean, I like that answer, actually. It's really best. So, did y'all argue? People want to know, because your kids never saw you argue. But did y'all argue, like in the room at night or something like that?
No,
No, y'all. Come on now.
no.
I told people that y'all probably did argue. Y'all just didn't let us see it.
No, we had differences of opinions, but we didn't argue about it. We expressed our opinions about what it was, but we never really actually argued about it. We talked about it.
Dad. Okay. So, okay, so y'all talked about it and that was it.
Yeah.
So, okay, so give the people some tips on staying together for 50 years.
Well, it's a job. You gotta want to do it. And when I got married, I remember on the day that we married, I had a conversation with God while I was standing there. And I was saying to him, to God, what I felt like I would be doing in the marriage, which was never do anything that would cause him to feel discomfort or anything like that, because we are two different. I was in college. He was not a person who went for higher education. But he made more money than I did. He made more money than I did. And I was always the person handling the financial end and telling him, we have this bill coming up and we're going to need X amount of dollars for this bill. Sometimes you always get bills that you don't always get, maybe 3 months or once a year. So I would give him a heads up and I would tell him, this bill is coming up and it's going to be due such a date, to give him time to get the money together.
Okay. Well, trust me, he already had the money. He was just acting like he didn't have it. I know that's from childhood. Okay. Now, I had another question. Because you said that y'all didn't argue, which I just find very interesting. Not that I do any arguing, because actually, you know, growing up, dating and stuff, and when somebody wanted to argue with me, I'm just looking at them with a stone face, because I never seen it. So I don't know who you're talking to or whatever. But then the other side of me, since I'm a product of Washington, D.C., you know, because if that girl kicks in, this is not going to be a nice situation. So, that's what it was. Tell the people how you all met.
Okay, well, I came from Mississippi because the school that I was going to, which was, at the time, it was named Mississippi Valley State.
Mm-hmm.
It was closed. And it was just me, mom, and dad. And I asked if I could come to D.C.
What you mean it was just you, mom, and dad? It was 11 siblings. What do you mean?
No, at that time, I was...
Oh, you was the last girl.
Yeah, I'm the youngest.
You the
girl.
youngest girl.
And there was only one younger than me, that was Philip. But since they closed the school, that meant everybody else was already out doing whatever they were doing.
Okay.
And in the house at a particular time, it was just us.
Mm-hmm.
And I asked if I could go to D.C. to get a job.
And why did you choose D.C. of all places?
Because all of my other sisters and brothers went to Chicago. And I decided I'm not going to Chicago because that's where all of them went.
Uh-huh. Seems like you would want to be around family, but you decided you didn't want to do that.
I didn't want to go to Chicago.
Okay.
So I went to D.C. and I stayed with Aunt Peaches and Uncle John, which was my daddy's sister.
Okay. Mm-hmm. And Dad is from North Carolina. He was already there.
Right. So I met him while working. I was working at Kit Music Company right next to his location.
Uh-huh.
And I was speaking to everybody because I'm from the
Cause
South.
yeah, you from the South, so you speaking to everybody. You happy? Uh-huh.
And I spoke to this young man, and I guess he knows.
So he really thought you was speaking to him because you liked him or something, I guess.
And I was just a person that was friendly and speaking to everybody.
Uh-huh.
Anyway, he started asking questions like, okay, can I buy you some coffee? And I said, no, I don't drink coffee. Because I really didn't want to be bothered. So my answer was always, no, I don't drink coffee. And it was a little tavern in the middle of the street where I worked.
Uh-huh.
It was F Street.
F Street?
F Street.
Uh-huh.
In the middle of F Street, there was a little tavern. And one day I said yes.
After how many tries, though?
Oh, Lord, I don't know. I can't count.
So you wasn't feeling him at first. Okay.
Nope, I did not.
And he just kept on and kept on. Matter of fact, I remember you telling a story that you actually went another way home trying to avoid him, but he still went down there and...
I was riding on the bus. I would let the bus pass my job and walk back, thinking that I could avoid him by doing that.
Uh-huh.
It never worked.
That didn't work. He caught you. All right, so let's speed up.
One day,
Uh-huh.
when I got off work, because he had been asking me, can I take you home? And the answer was always no.
Yeah, no, you can't take me home. I don't know you.
I didn't know him.
Mm-hmm.
He had the car pulled out across the sidewalk
So that you couldn't walk
so
past.
that I couldn't walk past.
That's giving me stalker vibes. You ain't feel that? You didn't feel stalker vibes, child?
So his friend said, well, she ain't gonna talk to you. She thinks she better than you. You got on a red shirt.
Mm-hmm.
So I jumped in the car.
Peer pressure.
I was thinking,
You college age and you did peer pressure?
you know these people?
Exactly.
But I was in the car again. Come to find out, we live down the street from each other.
Right on East Capitol Street.
49th in East Capitol.
In Southeast.
5769.
That's right. And look at God. He done put y'all a minute or two away from each other. So him bringing you home actually wound up being a good thing for you because you didn't even have to get back on the bus no more.
Right. And then he wanted to take me out.
Out, yeah.
So I had to get his name, address, his sister's names and addresses, everything to give to my uncle and aunt before they would let me go out with him. So once I got them all the information they wanted, I went out with him.
Oh, you went on and went out. Okay, let's speed it up. So you went back to Mississippi because your school, it was time to go back to school.
Transferred from Mississippi Valley, which had that issue,
Right.
and it was closed. I transferred to Alcorn,
Uh-huh.
A&M at the time.
Okay.
So,
And so he really liked you so much, he started coming from D.C. to Mississippi to see you.
yeah.
Interesting. Did your parents know this? Oh, okay. So then I remember you saying something about he would leave you tickets at the airport so that you could come to D.C. to see him. And I know your parents didn't know that either. See what I'm saying? That's where I get that from. Okay, so I've been trying to figure out. Wait a minute. Let me stay right here for a minute. So now you all are seeing each other between Mississippi of all places and D.C. And I think you got pregnant with me. Is that it?
I did.
And then wind up coming to D.C. And I remember seeing some wedding pictures that I was in. So I don't even think I was one yet. I couldn't have been because I was born in November.
My mother came to the wedding.
Uh-huh.
The wedding was held at a house in Maryland.
Uh-huh.
It was like maybe 12 or less people at the wedding.
Uh-huh.
The reception was held at his sister's place in D.C. So
Uh-huh.
we had the reception there, but the wedding was more like private.
Okay. All right. So we got the beginnings. So I always wondered just me was wondering where I got certain things from. Well, first of all, they had 3 firecracker children. When I say firecracker, I'm talking about all of us will pop off at any given second. And me and my friends always like wondered, where did we get that from? Because these 2 people be acting like they so mild and meek. Look at them. They so mild and meek and humble. And honey, I'm trying to figure out where did me and my siblings come from? Because we will pop off like any second. Now, I have worked on mine since I've been in Atlanta, and I've been here for 27 years. I have worked on myself. Plus, I have the Lord, so he really helps that. But it had to be in somebody's blood, because there's no way you would have 3 firecracker children and y'all just sitting over there acting like y'all pray every day and not doing nothing. Oh, you think it's him?
Yeah.
It's him. Now, I do remember growing up in the house, we found the guns and everything. So he always said he was ready to shoot somebody. So I don't know, maybe it was. But anyway, y'all got any more tips for the people on how to stay together for 50 years?
That's it.
Is that it, Dad? Because you barely said anything. So you let her do everything as usual. That works for me.
And it's always my fault, by the way.
Oh, uh-huh.
Everything's always my fault.
And you, I know you had to ignore him. You didn't tell us about that part.
Well, if you have to, jeez.
You have to ignore. So
You know, a lot of
that,
things that come out his
so that's another way to stay together for 50 years then.
He goes in one ear and out the other, because a lot of times he put his foot in his mouth.
Uh-huh.
And I know, okay, I just gotta let this pass. I can't make
You can't even react to it. Okay.
So I just let it go.
All right. Well, we're about to go in Houston, y'all. This is their 50th anniversary dinner. And we thank you all for this little interview. I'll be posting soon. Bye.